Hey, so we decided to go into the San Francisco Fan Expo because we like to go around to different uh, conventions. This one was a lot busier than the previous years. I think more people are starting to come out and wanting to do these. The first thing we did when we finally got in, we took a very brief look at the first floor, which was some of the vendors. They hadn't set up the eating area yet when we first got there. They did let us into that area about 30 minutes early. And once we were done browsing that, we went upstairs to the Q&A for Priscilla Presley. And before that event happened, they let you know there's certain things that are off the table for asking questions uh, because of legality, things like that. So, yeah, ended up having really good questions with her. She was so funny and nice. And when we were done with the Q&A, we went to her booth. There wasn't that many people in line when we got there. Like I think maybe 3 or 4 people, because like I said, she had just finished the Q&A. So we got in line and got our turn. Me and my husband always switch off who we want the autographs from, but we both go together to meet the person. So this was his autograph, and he paid for it. And then we both shook her hand and met her, and she was very friendly. We told her about how we really liked the Naked Gun movies. She was very appreciative. She loved my glasses. I'll have to show y'all a picture sometime up close of the glasses. I get so many compliments on it. They're round rims like what I'm wearing in this video here, but it has like steampunk details. They're really cool looking anyway. So I got a lot of compliments from these celebrities on that one. After we were done with her, I wanted to go see about getting autograph from Danny Trejo or how you pronounce the last name? Andy Circus, the dude who played Gollum in Lord of the Rings. I wanted his autograph. Why? Because I really like Gollum and I really like his voice work. This is where things went really down, really bad for a while. Danny and Andy's lines were so freaking long at the beginning. It would have took an hour and a half to 2 hours easily just to get up to the front of the line. I took one look at Danny's line and said, if it's empty later, I'll go back to it. It was so bad and I was getting a headache. I decided not to get his after all. Andy, I did wait 40 minutes for. This was after we left Priscilla's line. And I was halfway through that line. And I had waited like literally 30 minutes just to get halfway through the line. And then all of a sudden, this guy who works there walks up and says, "Oh, by the way, he's leaving to go to lunch. He'll be back in an hour," uh, which would have been 2 o'clock. Problem with that is we would have to rush to get to the photo op we had with Hayden Christensen. And we didn't want to have to rush to do that, which I'm kind of glad we did. So, right after I bolted from Andy's line, we went ahead and headed out. Uh, right now, my husband's favorite cartoon on Netflix is an adult cartoon called Has Been Hotel. It's kind of demonic in a way, but the humor is there if you have a sense of humor. Anyway, they had 3 of the main cast guys there, voiceovers, and we really wanted to meet those. So we met the guy who played Angel Dust and I got his autograph. And then Dan got the one for the one that plays Alistair. I don't know enough about the pimp guy to have gotten his, which I kind of regret since I could have had all three of those together. We spent a good fair deal of time in the artist floor. I made notes and took gift cards of the ones I really wanted to come back and see, which was really cool. And I did end up getting quite a few art pieces from there. And then we went downstairs and ate. And let me tell you, a itty bitty little sandwich ended up costing us $17. Ooh, but at least we shared, so it wasn't that bad. But there were no sitting areas, so you had people eating off the floor. It was really weird. Okay, so the time's coming that we have to rush over to the photo op for Hayden Christensen. Mind you, it is freezing cold outside. This building is a oven. There's no air vents. There's no air circulation. There's a lot of people getting into the line to get his picture. They shove us into this room. We are almost body to body. There's not a lot of air. People are getting cranky. We've already waited at this point for about 20 minutes. Our picture was supposed to start at 3. 3 o'clock rolls around, and we get the notification. Someone goes and asks, comes back and says, hey, it's going to be another hour. They're way behind. He had so many people he was doing autographs for that he wasn't able to get the prepaid autographs. You have to pay for his autograph on the 3rd floor and then come do it on the 2nd floor. Because he's so popular, they had to move him to his own separate room to do the autographs. So we start to panic because we got little kids in here. We got people with walkers and canes and everything, and we're getting dehydrated. So I end up going on the Facebook group because nobody's wanting to tell us anything. And I pretty much let them know on Facebook, hey, are y'all going to send somebody to check on us to make sure that we're doing okay physically? Because we're suffering and nobody's telling us anything. And we're late on our pictures. So we waited about an hour and a half, about pretty much an hour and a half until they finally started calling people to line up for the photos. And this is where all the drama started happening. The line next to us was already starting to go around the corner into the room. And then people who were in the line behind us was like, well, I'm not going to wait for our line to move. We're just going to sneak and break the line and go up. And that was when we automatically was like about to lose our cool. And then we just started yelling at people. It's like, hey, man, you can't be doing that. You got to get back in line. And finally, the girl who worked there was like screaming at everybody, hey, y'all got to stay in your lane. Don't you dare cut. And we're like, lady, it's too late for you to start doing something now. You need to go get those guys and tell them to come back. I mean, we were really hot because we had already waited for a very long time in this hot room just for people to cut line. When we finally got into the room, he was super nice guy. He's really tall. It was a really nice photo. I really enjoyed it. It was good experience getting the photo done. And I usually don't take good photos when it comes to those kind of things. Maybe the Weird Al one was a good one too. But yeah, waiting the 3 hours was absolute bullcrap. Fan Expo, y'all gotta do better. You need to find facilities that has air or provide fans to circulate air. You cannot have rooms with no air at all. And we were going to go see if Danny and Andy was still available, but we ended up seeing that John Rhys Davies. If y'all don't know, he was in Indiana Jones, and he was also in the original Lord of the Ring movies as one of the main original dwarfs. So we got Dan paid to get his autograph, and then we went to do the bonus to get photos with him. That was the coolest selfie experience I think I've ever experienced at a convention. Not only did we get one photo with him, we got like 40, 50 photos. She just kept snapping, and he was making faces and tickling us in line. And he ended up shoving my husband out of the way. He goes, I want to get pictures with her now. Private with me. And we actually have the pictures of him shoving my husband, and my husband was like, It was great. So if you ever get a chance to meet him at a convention, take the selfies. It's worth it for the selfies. And then we left right after that. So the bad part about that is what I complained about with GalaxyCon. If you're going to run a convention, you need to have better seating for the food areas, so we're not eating off the dirty floor. And you also need to have air ventilation. Buy you the big fans, the big round fans that they use in warehouses, and you need to prop those up. You don't need to keep it so hot that people are getting headaches, and nosebleeds, and things like that. So that was my night. Now I can't wait for the next convention to see what all fun and drama I can find there.